Welcome to the Stitch of the Week, number 5. We are going to be learning the basket weave today. According to the instructions, we need to start our beginning chain with a multiple of 6 plus 5. So in order to achieve that and keep it in a decent length for a dishcloth, I decided to start with 30 as my multiple of 6. So I have 30 chains on my hook right now. But we need to have an additional 5 stitches in order to be able to complete the repeats going across. So this particular stitch is a multiple of 6 plus 5. So if you are looking to make this larger or smaller, depending on what you want to do with it, you're going to need to figure out your beginning chain, first of all, divisible by 6. So like I have 30 here, that's divisible by 6. Plus 5. So you'll have to add 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will give you the needed stitches to do your repeats all the way across. Now in order for us to complete the foundation chain for turning, we're going to add an additional 2 stitches. So the multiple is 6 stitches plus 5 plus 2 stitches for the foundation chain, okay? So 1, 2. Okay. So let's go ahead and start into the pattern itself. First thing we're going to do is double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to double crochet into each chain going all the way across. Okay, I'm on my last chain. Now do a chain 2, and this is where we are going to turn our work. We're going to skip this first double crochet here, and we are going to do a front post double crochet around the next. So a front post double crochet means you go in from the front and wrap around, grabbing the post of the stitch. Bring your hook up and complete the double crochet like normal. Going around the next post, double crochet like normal, and one more time. Okay, now we are going to do 3 back post double crochets. All right, so a back post double crochet is going to be the same concept, working from the back to the front, back to the back, and finish the double crochet. Okay, now we're going to do that again from the front. Okay, 3 more times from the back.
Yes, please.
Okay, let's go to the front again, 3 more times. And 3 more times to the back. Right, continue that 3 to the front, 3 to the back pattern. I'll meet you back up over here. Okay, I am down to the last 3, actually 4, on my original chain, and you're going to finish off by putting 3 front post double crochets around the last 3, and then that turning chain, we're going to treat it like a double crochet, and we're going to put a double crochet into the top chain. Okay, so when you finish this row, you should have something that looks like this, where you've got definite stitch definition, and if you turn it over, it's going to look exactly the same because your back post double crochets should look like a front post double crochet on the opposite side. Now go ahead and chain 2 once again. And because we want to continue with the same shaping that we've done from the front side, we are now, instead of doing front post double crochets in our first 3, we're going to do back post double crochets because we want the basket weave to continue just a little bit longer. It helps to give that basket illusion a little bit better if you can go up an extra row. So basically, if it shows up like a front post double crochet, you front post double crochet around it. If it shows up like a back post double crochet, regardless of what you did from the opposite side, we're basing it on what it looks like on this side. So if it looks like a front post double crochet, front post double crochet around it. And when it looks like a back post, you back post around it. And the thing that back posting and front posting does is it creates this little ridge right here because you're not actually going into the stitch itself, you're going around the post of it. It's a good way to also create some definition in your work if you're looking to make a certain area pop too. Back posting and front posting is something that you will find very common in like designs like Sophie's Universe and stuff like that. That's how they make a lot of those rows come to the front and pop forward. Okay, and then even though we did a front post double crochet around the last 3 the last time, remember we're keeping with the front post double crochet, back post double crochet look. So we're going to do back post double crochet around the last 3. And that chain 2, we are going to put a double crochet into. Okay, now let's just take a look at this before we turn and move on. All right, see how that's built that up a little bit more? And like I said before, each side should look identical. Okay, so let's chain 2 again. All right, now we're going to change this up so that we can kind of get that basket weave look. So where we put our front post double crochets, we are now going to put back post double crochet. So going from the back to the front, we are now going to do back post around the front post. So we're going to go opposite. And now where we did back post, we're going to do front post. All right, let's do that again. Opposite. Back post around the front post. And front post around the back post. Keep going on that. I am to the last 3, so I'm going to back post around my front post. And I'm going to double crochet in the chain 2 turn from the row below. chain 2. All right, see how we've started to create that weave look now? It's going to show up even better after we do this one more time. So turn. Now, where we have created a front post double crochet, you're going to do front post double crochet. Where we've done the back post, you're going to do back post. So essentially, each time we do a weave, you're going to do that for 2 rows because you want it to show up really nice. If you only did it for 1 row, it would be very short and stumpy like this is. But if you can get it in at least 2 rows, then you've got a nice long weave and it makes the stitch definition show up so much better. All right, front post with the front post, back post with the back post. All right, I went ahead and finished up this row and I double crocheted in the chain 2 turn. But see what a difference it makes with that extra row on there, how it makes the actual weave stick out and it looks like a basket weave now. All right, so we are going to once again change our direction. So chain 2 and turn. Now where you had your back post double crochet, you're going to do a front post. And this is just going to continue on like this until you are satisfied with the length of your dishcloth. You're just going to keep changing your pattern every 2 rows. So every 2 rows you're going to do front posts where your back posts are and back posts where your front posts are so that you get that weaved look. Okay, so once again, see how you can really begin to see that basket weave look to it. Okay, go ahead and continue this across. I'll meet you up on the other end. All right, I went ahead and I did my chain 2 and turn. I continued on the pattern that's been established with doing my back post with my back post and my fronts with my front posts. And every 2 rows you're going to want to change over like that so that you continue to get that basket weave look. All right, go ahead and continue this for whatever length that you would like to complete it at. I'll come back and I'll show you where I stopped. All right, I have finished my washcloth and I have done a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 repeats of the 2 rows. That's not including our first double crochet rows. So in total you'll end up with 21 rows, but you'll end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 repeats. I'm basically just counting the weaves of the basket weave to figure that out. I did change my color halfway through, partially because I was running out of the green and partially to show you what it looks like when you have changed different colors working with this particular basket weave stitch. Now this right here where you see the color, this is what it looks like when we do a back post double crochet or a front post double crochet because it looks exactly the same on the other side. You can't see it, obviously, when you're in the same color because it blends right in. So it's something you'll have to decide whether you like that look or not. I kind of like that little dashed look in my basket weave, and it helps me to use up scraps. Sometimes these are the best ones to use for when you're just making dishcloths for your kitchen. If you're not particularly choosy about what they look like, you can get a lot of scraps used up by just changing colors and using up what you have. I just have to tuck in my ends and then I will be done with this washcloth. I hope you enjoyed working through this week's tutorial and we'll see you next week for the next stitch.